Hey, what is going on, guys? I'm bringing you a brand new topics episode. This time, we were doing one from It's Kane88. He suggested this on Twitter, and I definitely agree that this is a pretty popular topic, and I think it needs to be talked about. Not that many people talk about it and go over it, but there's a lot of people who are going into or dealing with the problem of it. And that topic is going to be basically depression and how it could lead to self-harm and stuff like that. So we're going to start out with the basics of depression, and that can come from many things. It can come from pretty much anything. I'll give you some examples. Say you lost a friend, you broke up with a girl, someone died recently. All this stuff could lead into depression, and depression cannot be that scary at the start. It could be minor depression, it could be something little, but eventually it could move into something like bigger and worse, especially if like a friend died, someone in the family died, something like that, and you can't get over it. And the only things that you think that you can get through with it is by doing something self-harm and just trying to, like, that's the only thing you could think of. And by self-harm, I mean like cutting yourself, like doing all that stuff like that, and eventually leading to killing yourself, which you definitely do not want to do. And it is very scary. Depression is not fun at all. I'm currently dealing with it. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I've never done anything that involved being self-harm. But depression is definitely one of the scarier things that you will have to deal with if you do end up dealing with it. And it's really hard to get through. Like finding a hobby, just listening to music, just hanging out with friends, all that stuff can help, but it can't really completely clear depression, especially not a short-term like effect. It might, usually it's going to take a while, and yes, it's terrible, but you're going to have to deal with it. But definitely don't want to do anything with self-harm. That's a very scary thing to think of, and many people do deal with it, and then they think that that's the only way out is by self-harming themselves, and like example of cutting themselves, and they think that's the only way to get out of it. But really there are other ways, like I said, finding a hobby, for example YouTube, working out, hanging out with friends, getting a job, playing a sport. All that stuff could definitely help, and most of that stuff has helped me get through it and getting through right now, like hockey, YouTube, friends, watching the Devils, even though that does cause depression anyway. But yeah, but you definitely want to think of other alternatives to self-harm, and you definitely want to, like, if it's getting really bad and you feel like there's no way out besides self-harm, as scary as it might be, I would talk to your parents or someone close in the family, and maybe they could try helping you, or if not, they could send you somewhere. Sorry, I don't really know the exact person who you'd go see, a psychiatrist, I don't really know, but they could try helping you, and hopefully it all works out. But like I said again, I think finding a hobby is one of the biggest things you can do, or multiple hobbies, or hanging out with friends, or just talking to it with someone, and just trying to get through it. And definitely you want to talk to someone and see if they could help you in any way. A hobby, like I said, and you just don't want to think about the depression part or why you are depressed. You want to try to think past that and just try to think of something happy and or a hobby that makes you happy. But anyway, guys, this was a pretty short video, and I feel like this is going to be pretty popular for some people who want to get through it and are dealing with it. So I hope it helps, and make sure you leave any comments if you want to add to this or whatnot. But anyway, guys, if you want to see another topics video, please leave a comment on what you want to see. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.